Hi, everyone. Welcome. It's Wednesday. Hope you are having a good week so far. Sorry, I'm a few minutes late. I was looking for my reflexology tool. And I'm just gonna give a second to see if anyone else pops in. If not, this is being recorded, so feel free to watch later if you need to go. It's all good. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just drop them down in the little chat box and I will be sure to choose virtual background. I'll be sure to address them as I see them all pop up. Okay, welcome. So today's webinar is going to be about combating dry, itchy winter skin. Obviously, if you're joining here in Canada, you know that we have 4 different seasons, which kind of means that we have to adjust our skincare, adjust our diet and our lifestyle according to the season that we're in for optimal health, for optimal skin, for optimal lifestyle. So today we're talking about winter. I get a lot of questions on the daily, weekly, how to combat dry winter skin. If you've been following along with Lunah for a while, I'm Nicole, by the way, you know that Lunah is all about holistic, so body, mind, spirit, in order to feel optimal, in order to look optimal in regards to skin, hair, and nails. It takes everything, right? You've got to eat right, you've got to think right, you've got to exercise right. Of course, it's not about being perfect all the time. It's about meeting yourself where you're at, kind of daily, weekly, or whatever that means. Sorry, my cord's a little tangled. 1 second. Okay, so I have some notes here. So if I am referring kind of downwards, I do apologize. I just like to keep notes so I know that I've covered everything for you guys. Let me do this. Okay, I'm in the facial room right now. Raji's off and going for a walk. So nutrition really is a big part of dry skin. When you think about the things that you eat, do you eat more dehydrating foods, or you eat more foods that are juicy and full of life? So if you do snack on a lot of boxed, bagged, packaged things, I love salt and vinegar chips, but when you just think about that, they are really dry food. So the more you eat of that, kind of in layman's terms, the drier your insides are going to be for many things. I'm not going to say 2 things because there's many things. Number 1, the nutrient value is like nothing. There's not a lot there except for some delicious taste, which is why we keep eating it. It takes a lot of B vitamins to break down processed foods, and B vitamins are a beauty vitamin. So if it takes a lot of those B vitamins to break down salts, sugars, and bad fats, then that is leaving your body in a depleted state. It's not able to fill up the rest of your cells, your metabolism, your skin, hair, and nails with what it needs, because it's focusing on breaking down those boxed, bags, and packaged foods. So you really do need to focus on what you're eating here. Instead of eating a lot of snacky, kind of dry crackers, chips, things like that, try to snack more on things that are juicy, that are full of life. Think of like life-giving versus not life-giving. So things like pears, melons, berries are amazing because they're super high in antioxidants, which are really going to feed that skin. A lot of juicy snacks. Hydration. Hydration is really, really important. Even a 1% drop in hydration throws your body into a whack of things that you don't like, want, or need. 1% might not seem like a lot, but your body is all about balance, equilibrium, staying in a state of homeostasis, right? Which is its happiest place. So a tiny shift either way, like if you have a fever your body temperature, a tiny shift in either direction can create quite, a domino effect of results. And that goes the same with hydration. So starting your day with water is super important. I'm not going to say don't drink coffee, because I love a cup of small black coffee every day. I never used to drink coffee until I was probably in my late 20s. I literally never had coffee. I loved green tea. I drank a lot of that. I didn't have coffee until I started working at an Italian restaurant that was delicious and amazing. It was my favorite. And we had espressos. Bert, the owner, introduced me to espressos, and I loved it because it gave me all this energy that I never knew I could falsely have. And I would have a shot of espresso or two, like for sure before my shift. And then usually on our lunch break, we'd sit down, eat nachos together, and have a shot of espresso. So anyways, now I love coffee. That being said, before you bring coffee into your life, have a cup of water. Do not wake up from this restful, peaceful sleep and then shoot your body into a state of like running on the treadmill. That is going to set you up for failure for the rest of the day. So a cup of water, I love warm water with lemon in the morning. Stay away from ice cold water. That's very hard on your system. It's hard for your body to break down, especially in the wintertime. Stay away from it. It's already cold out. So from like an Ayurvedic and Chinese medicine point of view, this cold water creates, an environment of more cold inside, which is never a good thing. Your body ideally is in a nice, warm, cozy, think of a big hug kind of state. That's where you want internally to be. So warm water is important. I always keep my water filter is always on the counter. It's never in the fridge. It's always room temperature. But in the morning, I'll boil some water. I'll add half a squeeze of lemon and a little bit of honey, a little bit of ginger. Ginger will give your digestion that fire to work up. So sometimes when we have dry skin, it can also be an issue of your gut not being able to break down the nutrients and therefore absorb the nutrients that you need, therefore lending itself to dry skin, probably amongst many other things. But digestion is imperative to skin health, right? So that ginger in the morning helps your digestive fire, your hyaluronic acid. Wow, that's in my head right now. Hydrochloric acid to rev up, right? Your HCl, let's just say that so I don't keep messing up the words, because I've said hyaluronic acid so many times in the last month. Your HCl is essentially what helps to break down a lot of your foods, especially protein, so that your body is able to metabolize and absorb them. So ginger, water, lemon in the morning, perfect. Also great to kickstart your liver. Your liver is one of your biggest detox organs in your body. So that combo of ingredients aids it to kind of keep going in the morning time. So it's spent all night repairing, restoring. While you've been resting, it's been busy at work repairing what it needs to repair. So help it out in the morning by giving it a kickstart to be like, okay, let's exit out of the liver. Let's metabolize what you've gathered from the night here of myself sleeping. So lemon, water, ginger in the morning is great to do that. Then have your coffee after if you want. Ideally, you're going to have a little bit of food before to cushion the blow of caffeine. But everyone's joining. Okay, sorry, just saw someone in the weight room there. Hi, Amy. Hi, Sue. Hi, Sue. Yes, so ginger, honey, lemon water. Okay. And then next, if you do take supplements, these are the ones you're going to want to focus on if you have dry skin, dry, itchy skin. If you have inflamed skin, we'll talk about a little bit later, products and routines. Of course, always check in with your health practitioner if you're pregnant, if you're breastfeeding, if these supplements are right for you at this time. But these are ones in general I recommend. So omegas, 100%. Omegas are juicy, healthy fats. The health of your cells is ultimately the health of your body, right? Cells make up our entire body. So if our cells are lagging, our health is lagging. Healthy lipids, healthy fats are imperative to optimal cell health, optimal cell metabolization, all the kind of stuff to help cells bring in the good stuff and exit the bad stuff or the stuff that we don't need. So get on a good omega supplement or eat your omegas, avocados, healthy fats like ghee butter. I love ghee butter. We cook with ghee all the time in the house. Kai loves it. Roger loves it. Raj, I have actually given about a tablespoon, a little bit less than a tablespoon of coconut oil since he was a baby. His fur is so soft. People commented on it all the time. I'm just saying this because I do not wash him regularly. I don't do anything special to his fur, but I am really big on his fats. And so I think that just goes to say that those healthy fats really are essential to optimal skin health because people pet him and they're like, oh my God, this dog is so soft. What do you do? I don't do anything. It's all Raj. Okay, try to let Amy in again. Sorry, it's saying that she can't get in, but we'll see if she can. Hopefully she can. Okay, so we were talking about omegas. So avocados, healthy fats, olive oil. Hi, Amy. Sesame oil, any of those oils that are in a dark glass bottle. If they are in a clear plastic bottle, likely they are rancid already. Do not waste your money. You might as well just throw your bills down the toilet bowl. So when it comes to oils, really good oils, really any oils are sensitive to heat, light, and time. So it's important that they are in a dark bottle because that will help from the light breaking them down, and also store them away from anything hot in your kitchen. Nuts and seeds are going to be a great source of omegas. Chia seeds, hemp seeds are 100% protein, which is huge. Sprinkle them on everything. They don't really taste like anything. Start off slow because they're also a lot of fiber. So you just want to get your body used to that. You don't want any kind of constipation or anything like that. So if you are adding that fiber in, also add a couple extra glasses of water in as well. So we did talk about the beginning, a 1% drop in hydration can really do a lot to your body. So make sure you're drinking enough water throughout the day. During Christmas season, I was the worst at drinking water. I was so bad at it. People are like, how much do you need to drink? I try to get in 3 big mason jars full of it. I would say 2 liters a day at least, although I know it does depend on your weight and kind of your activity level and stuff like that. But remember that herbal teas, and that's okay. Oh my gosh, don't worry about it. Herbal teas count as your water intake. Caffeinated teas generally won't because caffeine is dehydrating and will take from you. So herbal teas, I love neem, I love nettle, I love holy basil. Our beauty tea has all the good stuff in it. Ones with rose petals, super high in vitamin C, so antioxidants for the skin. But if you're looking for just one simple one, nettle is awesome. I've been talking about nettle for feel like over a decade. I love it. You know, it's grown in Ontario. The nutrient content in it is so dense and so big. And it's green, so chlorophyll, and just really, really nutritious and doesn't really taste like much, although it is an herbal tea. So if you're used to like zingy, juicy, fruity teas, this is not it, but you will see a difference. It's really, really skin loving. Burdock root tea is also great too if you're having some skin issues. Healthy fish, of course. Healthy fish. So non-GMO fish from like a local source, those are going to help with your skin as well. Leafy greens, believe it or not, do have a lot of omegas in them, and the water content is huge. And they're chock full of chlorophyll, which is like sun magic, plant magic. So chlorophyll, you've seen me drop it into water. We sell it in the shop and online. Chlorophyll is such an alkaline substance. So chlorophyll, also leafy greens, kind of talking about the same thing here. Chlorophyll is a concentrated form, right, of a broad-based leafy green, but it's so alkaline. And when your body's in a state of alkalinity, disease and viruses and bacteria cannot thrive. They thrive in acidity. So getting your body to more of an alkaline place is ideal overall. So food-wise, we talked about hydration, we talked about omegas. Leafy greens are going to be huge to help keep everything nice and alkaline and inflammation down. Vitamin D, of course, is really important for your skin. A zinc supplement, or nuts and seeds are high in zinc. Oysters, if you guys have them around you in abundance, I love them, but can't afford them on a daily basis. I wish I could. Zinc is huge. Yeah, those would probably be my top ones. And of course, gut health. So the general probiotics, take a supplement and or eat your probiotic foods and drinks. So kombucha, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso soups. I love miso soups in the morning. I just take a scoop of miso, boil some water, mix it up, and then chop in a little bit of green onion or mushroom, some tiny cubes of tofu or seaweed. I love that. Right now in the wintertime, if you're combating dry skin, you really should be focusing on warm, comforting, easy to digest, soothing foods like soups, stews, smoothies that aren't too frozen, if you know what I mean, like adding in a regular banana, not a frozen banana kind of thing. You want it to be more room temperature than freezing. What are some other things I wrote on here? La la la. Yeah, soups, stews, like quiches. You want to be avoiding raw foods, raw salads, really cold, uncooked things, because those are more of a summertime thing when our body's hot and needs to be cooled down. They're going to be very hard for us to break down in this winter weather, and they can often add to issues. So if you're already having digestive issues, eating raw and having, raw salads and things like that are going to be very hard for your body to break down. You might notice bloating, constipation, indigestion, cramps, just uncomfortableness around your waistline. So try to eat just warm, easy to digest things. Those are the perfect things for the wintertime: roasted veggies, warm teas, everything like that, if that makes sense. If you're into, again, Ayurvedic medicine or Chinese medicine, they also talk about these kinds of things, when to eat what. You could do juices too. Again, just not super cold juices, but nice earthy juices, not with a lot of tropical flavors too. Again, those are more of a summertime thing. So beets, carrots, sweet potatoes, leafy greens, ginger, apples, those would be good bases for juices to hydrate your skin. I don't know if you can hear Raj out there, but he goes crazy all the time. He's a nutcase. In his older age, he's getting even nuttier. If you're watching this and you've been for a facial, you know what I mean. Fats, we talked about. Hydrating teas, we talked about. Okay, in a bit, we're going to get into the tools. I also want to talk a little bit about stress. So keeping your cortisol low is so key to not drying out your skin into healthy skin. So back in the day, our cortisol shot up when we, couldn't find food or we were running from a lion. Nowadays, I'm just breaking it down very simply. Nowadays, we have constant low-grade stress, which is constant low-grade inflammation, which is every day, all day. And Rod just busted into this room. He's like, I'm here. Why are you in the facial room without me, Mom? Hey, babe, you want to say hi to everyone? Baba, say hi. Okay, here's that little stinker. So when we have constant low-grade stress, that is not a good thing. That is completely sucking us dry all the time, because our body, like, stress is good, but when it's there all the time, it's not good. So your body's going to use up the tools and the vitamins, the warrior nutrients that it does in order to fight stress, because low-grade, stress all the time creates inflammation, and your body does not want inflammation inside of it all the time. So it's going to be shooting out those omegas, because omegas combat inflammation, those B vitamins to combat stress, and your B vitamins are your beauty vitamins. So if you're not supplementing with those quite a bit and eating those foods, then you're just being more and more depleted, and you will definitely see that in your skin. Your skin is going to get dry. And once it's really dry, it's going to start getting irritated, angry, red, possibly just start breaking out, itchy, flaky, then rosacea, psoriasis, eczema, right? All those things start to flare up. So low cortisol is key. Maybe you're saying, Nicole, like, you're crazy. I don't know how you expect me to keep my stress low. I'm just going to say we only have one life. We've got to delegate things. We've got to say no. We've got to learn that not everything has to be perfect. And although we are women and we can get everything done because we're amazing, it's okay if we don't. I, as a Virgo, have had to come to a harsh reality of that fact. I love things to be organized and done and in its place. It makes me feel centered and calm and relieved. But as a business owner, I have come to realize that my list will never be all checked off. It's always running, and I'm okay with that. So for instance, some things that I do is when I get home, I do not work anymore. And that is just I'm home and I'm happy. I'm done. I work later if I choose to work because I love working. So this has also been hard for me. I also make sure everything is tidy before I go to sleep at night. I try to prep meals a little bit ahead of time for the family. I also try to wake up before everyone else in the house, which means I go to bed very early. I am tucking myself into bed between 8:30 and 9, and I'm okay with that because I love getting up early. If I am able to get up early at my own pace, my day feels a little bit more complete. I've joined a membership group for meditation and yoga, and I'm loving it. So I've started my days with that. That's something new I've introduced, but we need to find ways to bring our stress down. It's possible. This life is not about running around and feeling depleted all the time. So that's what I'm going to say about that. We need to calm that cortisol. So B vitamins are going to help with that. Complex B vitamins, adaptogenic herbs are huge. They're amazing. You'll also see a difference in your skin in that. Okay. Going to bed early, like all those kinds of things. Those are kind of general knowledge. If you want more specifics on that, email me, DM me, and I'm happy to go into that, but I don't want to waste too much time on here on like the basics. I mean, we cover the important supplements, the important parts of nutrition, really focusing on a whole foods diet, because that's where you're going to see a shift in your skin. If you keep eating, crappy stuff, that doesn't fuel your fire, that doesn't shift the needle in your skin and your nutrition, you really need to feed your body with what it wants. Just like skincare, you notice if you use a fragrant-filled, chemical-filled moisturizer on your face, or you use something from Mother Nature, that simply there will tell you the difference of what you put in your body, how your body reacts, and how it feels. So enough said. Eat more from the earth. Learn to cook, make a few meals that make you feel good, all that kind of stuff. Okay, some do's and don'ts when it comes to skincare routines. I love water so hot that my skin turns red. In the wintertime, it makes me feel good, but that's not good for your skin or your face. It's going to dry your face out further. So try not to be too cray with that water temperature, especially if you get flaking in your hairline when you're washing your hair. Turn it to lukewarm. Always finish with a cold rinse. So I will, when I'm done showering and I've washed my hair, I shut the water off. I stick my head under the tap, just my head, pure cold, to close off all the follicles of my hair. Your hair loves it. It's less frizzy. It's more shiny. It's more healthy. And your scalp won't be irritated because it's finished with this nice cold water, right? The heat is just going to make everything worse, essentially. As well, if you're a bath person, add in some oatmeal, add in a couple spoonfuls of jojoba oil or sweet almond oil to nourish your skin while you're sitting in that water that could be stripping your skin. So add some things to the water that will help. As well, just before you get out of the shower or the bath, oil up. Oil while your skin is still damp. Do not apply oil to dry skin. Apply it to damp skin. The absorption rate is way better. It's not going to be greasy, and you're going to notice a lot more shifts in your skin that way. Our citrine body oil, I just keep in the shower, and just before I come out, I oil everything, and I'm done. That's it. Another big thing is going to be exfoliation. So obviously avoiding areas of any rashes, breakouts, psoriasis, eczema, but exfoliating. So turning over your cells is going to be important for your skin to be less dry and more radiant. As soon as all those dead skin cells keep adding up, your skin looks dull and might get itchy, and it's going to look and feel more dry. So exfoliation is important, not over exfoliation. Maybe once a week, using a dry brush before you get in the shower, using our facial wet brush a couple times a week on your face, or a gentle powder exfoliation. So for instance, we have our sandalwood brightening mask. In the wintertime, add it to herbal tea or honey. That's going to help the moisture content, and don't let it completely dry on your skin. Keep spraying your skin to keep it moist. It will still be doing its job, but it will add a little bit of juiciness back to your skin while you're masking and while you're doing everything. Hyaluronic acid, so we just came out with one maybe a month ago, but hyaluronic acids hold up to 1,000 times their weight in water. So huge for moisture content. You're going to apply that before your oils and your creams. Also great for anyone that doesn't want to use a lot of oils because of the water content in the hyaluronic acid. So I do recommend those. And then layering with your oils and your creams morning and night. We had some questions about windburn. So because I have a dog, Roger. I walk him quite a few times a day, and I will absolutely bundle up before I go. So if you are walking outside, do not leave your skin exposed to the elements. Use a scarf, or I have like a neck thing that's kind of tighter that I just pull up. Shield yourself as much as you can. I also will take our Better Butter, which is a salve. So any salve that you have, I will put it around my face, any places where the wind might catch it. And it's like a natural Vaseline. It's just going to add a layer of protection from the elements outside. So you could do that to help combat windburn, or you could do it when you come back inside. Our liquid gold is also going to help huge. So anything with a calendula base is going to add a lot of hydration and just help more decreasing redness and inflammation in your skin. So look for calendula based products. Okay, facial steaming. So if you already have really dry skin, I would like dry, irritated skin, I would just avoid that in general, more so just mist throughout the day. So using a toner and misting your skin throughout the day is going to be huge, just to continually add moisture into your skin, especially if you're having to wear a mask all day. Pull that mask down, wipe around a little bit, and just keep moisturizing with your toner or hydrosol. Just make sure it's alcohol free. The witch hazel is alcohol free because alcohol will further dry out your skin. Obviously, stay away from fragrance and chemical-based products. I say that not only because they can be harmful, right? The load of chemical products over time has never been studied for years and years and years. We don't know what the chemical load really does to a body. We do know, though, from research that it isn't always a good thing. So besides that, fragrances and chemicals can dry out the skin further. So just stick to natural products where you know what the ingredients are, or you can reach out to the company and ask, what's up, what's going on? Can you tell me about these products? And look for oils like jojoba, like argan, like rosehip, apricot, grapeseed. Try to stay away from too much coconut oil on your face. It's not really meant to be a face oil. It can further dry out your skin. If you're into essential oils, floral-based essential oils are going to add a lot of hydration. So ylang ylang, rose, lavender, geranium, helichrysum, things like that. Essential oils that are going to further dry out your skin are generally citrus-based and minty-based oils. You'll find those more in products for oily skin because they do help to absorb oil. So I would just stick to more floral or completely unscented in general if you are DIYing or adding your own essential oils to your products at home. Avoid overworking your skin. Less is always more. So sometimes if we overwork the skin, it can be too much and our skin is going to react to it. It likes to be tricked. It likes to have things changed. It likes to adapt, but it doesn't like to have too many things going on. So try to stay away from, chemical peels or any crazy facial elements, facial masks, at home peeling, or just in general, too much working of the skin. Be intuitive, know when your skin just needs a break, when it might just need a simple cleansing and moisturizing, and that's it. And then on the do list, let me just see what I have here. I think we've gone over most of the things. Windburn, bundling up. Okay. So that's that. And then when it comes to tools, facial tools, I would definitely recommend a facial dry brush. That's going to be a super gentle way to exfoliate, but to also like rev up what's happening under your skin to get things going, to increase circulation and nutrients flowing to the skin, which is going to be huge to help kind of those dry areas. If you have a gua sha, draining is going to be the best move that you can do for dry skin. So besides, your overall gua sha move, you're going to really want to open up the neck and and drain everything down. So this is like the portal from your neck to your body. So I'm just doing little sweeping motions from the center to the back, and then I'll do the left side. I just always start on the right. So this move is just kind of warming everything up. But this is going to make sure that everything is draining and B, flowing to where it needs to flow. And then I like to take this edge and just kind of push it back. I think it's good to work the skin in all different directions, to work out any knots and areas of tension. And then you can take the teeth on your gua sha and kind of open up different areas. If you do feel any areas of tension, just kind of work around them. Okay, so you're going to want to spend a few minutes just opening up your neck. You can go up the back of your neck with the curve of your gua sha, right up, kind of your spine connects to underneath the base of your head and hold. You can lift up your neck and hold. Then you can drain just under your earlobe, down behind your collarbone is that big kind of sewage draining point. Then of course, opening up your chest is part of that draining routine as well. So I'm just above the breast, always going right into the armpit. This feels really good. So if you have dry skin, you really want to make sure that you are draining. Even if you don't have time to do the whole face routine, at least just get everything draining. Gua sha in general is just going to help to bring a lot of radiance and life to your skin, that life energy, that chi, that prana going. And then if you do have a reflexology tool, I am going to post everywhere or send in the email that we send out, the reflexology map to open up your lungs. So I don't know if we can share screen. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this. So this screen here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me move all the stuff. Yeah. So this screen here, you can see the lungs mapped out on the face. So in Chinese medicine, the lungs are believed to give the skin a lot of moisture and life. So the health of your lungs is imperative to the glowiness and the hydration and the moisture content of your skin. So keeping your lungs healthy with the nutrients that you need, like quercetin, like zinc, like vitamin C, yep, those are the, I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but those are the main supplements. And then doing this routine to help keep the lungs healthy is also going to stimulate your skin to be very lubricated, juiced up, if that makes sense. The health of your lungs really helps your skin shine. This is where nice, big, deep breaths come in, and breathing is important. A lot of us just breathe very shallow from our breastbone. This feels really good. I'm losing track of what I'm saying. From our breastbone. So you really want to take it down to your deep belly. You want to be able to push that belly out. And I like to start, I've just started with this meditation that these meditations and yoga and breath work that I'm doing in the mornings. You're really pushing that belly out. And doing like some nice quick breaths or some long deep breaths. You're holding it and you're blowing it out really quick. So doing breathing like that, starting your day, ending your day, in the middle of your day when you feel stressed, your breath you always have control of. Your breath will always bring you back to a place of calm and kind of like rationalness. And deep belly breathing is going to provide your skin with a lot of juiciness, a lot of glow, moisture, and hydration. So doing this lung mapping with your facial reflexology tool or a pen or a crochet hook, something with kind of like a pointy end, not too pointy, but like a soft round end where you can follow the points here on this chart. You're going to do this daily for 21 days. That's kind of the regimen of facial mapping and facial reflexology. And then you stop and then you do it again after a week if you haven't noticed a difference. But a lot of people notice shifts in whichever map they're choosing pretty quickly within a few days to a week. So that was the other thing I wanted to share was this facial reflexology lung map. So I don't know, I think that that's really cool. I'm getting more into facial reflexology, and I will share more quick videos on my social media so that you guys can follow along, because it's a very useful tool. It's very simple. Kai's obsessed. I do it on his face all the time. He's so relaxed. So we went over a lot of little goodies. If you guys have any questions, just drop them in the chat there, or feel free to message me so I can kind of address it to everyone, because if you have the question, everyone has a question. So we went over supplements to choose, omegas, probiotics. I can't even remember. My brain is brained out. We went over supplements. We went over nutrition. So again, omegas, leafy greens, warm stews, smoothies, and juices are great because they really provide your cell quickly with optimal nutrition, but you don't want either of those things to be too cold right now in the wintertime. In the wintertime, you want to be eating easy to digest stews, quiches, soups, curries, things like that, things that really warm the body up. Starting your day with lemon water, caffeine, but not too much, because caffeine is very dehydrating on the system. So beware of all the things you're eating or drinking in a day that dehydrate you. Be mindful of your cortisol, because that is also very drying for the skin. Beware of products with fragrance and chemicals. Less is more. Don't over exfoliate. Watch the temperature of your water. If you are bathing, add some oatmeal and some really nice oils to that bath. If you are using essential oils, be mindful of which ones dry your skin out and which ones do not. And then lifestyle wise, of course, I didn't mention a vaporizer or a humidifier, beside your bed would be amazing, because a lot of times our heat is on in the wintertime. So adding that moisture element into the air is super, super helpful. Spraying your skin throughout the day with a toner, using a better butter or another salve to create a nice barrier layer before you go outside into the elements. Always covering up, drinking your water and your herbal teas. Remember, those add to your water content. And Sue said, what's an adaptogenic herb? So an adaptogenic herb is, it's amazing because there's almost no contraindications, although of course, check with your doctor, your health practitioner first. But an adaptogenic herb adapts to your own environment in two ways. It feels you being stressed, it releases. It's like a thermostat. And if it feels that you need some extra energy because you're getting tired, it releases. So adaptogenic herbs are herbs like rhodiola, reishi mushroom, holy basil, ashwagandha. There is quite a few of them, but if you do Google adaptogenic herb, you'll see a list that come up. And they're amazing because, so you take a little bit every day. I have holy basil tea all the time. It makes me feel just so relaxed. It like gives my nervous system a hug. So a lot of these give your nervous system a nice big hug. They also help with your mental, focus and clarity. They help you feel restored and able to have kind of balanced energy throughout the day. So you can find them comboed with teas, with coffees in the grocery store. You can find them comboed with collagens or just on their own. I used to take a B complex that had adaptogenic herbs in it too. So really great for the nervous system and really great kind of for restful sleep as well. So I do recommend it to a lot of people because like I said, it's mostly safe for everyone. Yeah, and it's just great. They're just really great. Do you move clockwise when doing the facial reflexology? Yes, you do. I move in a clockwise direction and I do about 10 to 20 times in each space, breathing with this. So it's slow movements. Well, not like super slow, like, I don't know, in between slow and fast. I am like medium. Sometimes I have to be like, Nicole, slow down. But just like gua sha, you want to make sure that you're still breathing deeply from the bottom of your belly while you're doing this. You don't want to be holding your breath. And any areas that you feel any kind of crunching or tension, you want to stay there because that is your body saying, hey, whichever organ or area this is related to that you're on, it needs some extra help and some extra loving care. So just stay there for a little bit longer and then move on. And then we went over some facial routines. So for dry skin, I would oil cleanse with triple threat or another oil cleanser that you have. Giving oil to your skin is just a really great way to gently hydrate it, make sure that the oils you're using are meant for your skin. So I think we went over just not really coconut oil, but sweet almond, apricot, argan, jojoba, rosehip, sea buckthorn, all those things. Hyaluronic acid would be a really great addition. Toning would be great because, or hydrosol, you need your skin to be damp in order to absorb the oils and the creams. And then finishing off with something like a nice deep moisturizer or a face balm before you go to bed, vitamin E, something that's really going to repair and restore your skin while you sleep. You generally won't need a mask. I would stay away from masking. That might be drying out more of your skin unless you're just gonna slap on some good old fashioned honey. Honey is a humectant, so it absorbs moisture into the skin. I love to do it in the wintertime, so you could just do that. Is one serving of a probiotic food per day enough? That's a good question. I say the more servings of different kinds of probiotic food, the better, because every probiotic food has kind of different strains of probiotics. So the more different strains you can get in, the healthier your body is, essentially. So I will have, some miso soup, and or some sauerkraut, a little bit of kombucha, and probably my supplement. And that's generally what I do in the wintertime. We also talked about facial steaming and maybe staying away from that, and instead during the wintertime, just spraying your face with a hydrosol or toner, sometimes steaming. If you are experiencing a lot of redness and itchiness, I would stay away from that. I like to steam my face still like once a week. I do have on the drier side of skin, but it's not to the point that I need to be concerned about inflammation or itchiness with hot water. Yeah, I hope that answered and helps out everyone. We talked about draining with the gua sha and how that's going to be a really big game changer for seeing a lot of glow and hydration to your skin, and feeding your lungs, deep belly breaths. Breathing brings moisture to the lungs, and the health of the lungs symbolizes the health of your skin too. And you might notice that if you're under the weather, you've caught a cold, or your immune system's a bit compromised, that your skin does look and feel a little bit more dry or dull, or having some breakouts and things like that. I'm just going to see if anyone has any more questions. Again, this will be recorded and sent out to you guys too. So I'm going to actually just try to pop it up on YouTube as well. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. I don't think that I did. Massage is huge. Work on massaging all those things in. Like I said to someone the other day, when we put hand lotion on, we don't just kind of squirt it on and then leave it. We spend so long massaging our hands, going through our cuticles, our fingernails, in every little nook and cranny. We really need to start bringing that same element to our face and our skin. You're going to see a very big difference when you start to work with what you have, when you start to move what is underneath your skin, what's either stagnant or supplementing your skin to be the healthiest that it can be. You really need to work on that kind of massaging. It doesn't need to be long, doesn't need to be a marathon, just a few minutes. Okay, I think that's it. It looks, oh, thank you very much for sharing. You're welcome. I hope it was helpful. I hope you guys learned something new. Again, if you have any further questions about it, I love to help. And we'll be on here next week. Next week we'll be at 12 o'clock because I have a facial client at 2, and we're going to be talking about hormonal acne. We'll bring in some things for the teens as well. And it should be good. It's a good session. I think all of us have suffered from it or are suffering from it at one point in time. So I will look forward to seeing you then. Thank you for joining today. Love you guys. Have a great day. We're halfway through the week and it feels like summer out. It's 1 degree. Feels like summer. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. I'll see you later. Thanks, Amy. Thanks, Sue.